doing today? Today I'm going to be doing an install video of a rear backup camera. As many of you know, when we have a navigation unit in our cars, they don't come with navigation and they don't come with a rear backup camera. Fortunately, there's lots of possibilities that we have to do that. My last vehicle had a rear backup camera, so I kind of got used to it. When I'm, for example, parking into the garage, you can't see directly behind you. Sometimes siblings, parents leave stuff there that you don't want to hit. So that always helps out with a little bit extra visibility in the back. I don't really use it when I'm reversing into a parking spot or anything. It makes it more difficult for me. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Let me show you guys the camera that I got. So I got it from Camera Source. And it is we call it a Scion plug in and play camera kit. So it's basically remove harnesses, plug in harnesses. You do have to do 3 wire connections that really aren't plug in, but it's not a lot. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on that. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is remove all your panels that are around here. Very easy. You just push up on this one, clips right off. Grab this panel around your stereo, pops right off. Then you have 4 bolts that are 10 millimeters, so they're around the stereo. Once you get that done, you pull the stereo out, get it out, and it has a bunch of connections back here. The main connection that it comes with is this one right here. In case you do have something already plugged into that, it comes with this, so you could just bypass it and put it over here. But mine didn't come with that, so it just plugs right into the back of that. It comes with this harness. It comes with like a RCA connection. Just hooks up right to that, and then the wires that are going to go straight to the camera. These are the only ones that you actually have to connect. Orange to red, black to black. This is what's going to power the camera, and obviously the video input is what's going to give us the video. The other thing that it comes with is green wire that you have to run down. You actually have to connect it to the back of this harness and pull this out. This harness right here. So this is the green wire. This is basically your reverse trigger wire. This comes with the kit in case your car doesn't come with that reverse wire already installed, so mine didn't in this case, so I had to install it. It already comes with a pin, so it just goes in there. So you just put this just goes to the back part of the stereo. Alright, so that gives you like a little overview where it goes, which one you're hooking up to. Okay, so this connection right here, and this is your main connection for the stereo. So this is where the reverse trigger wire goes on pin number 2, and you guys are looking at it from this is the bottom part of the stereo. Okay, so now that everything is connected back here, you're done with connecting the stereo. So let's go ahead and put the stereo back. Okay, so that's the only wiring that we need to do to the back of the stereo itself. So let's go ahead and bolt it back up. And now that you have it bolted up, you can just go ahead and flip your panels back on. Okay, now this was the hard part. I looked through everything and I could not find the reverse trigger wire that it was telling me. The instructions said find a 30-pin connection and look for a red wire that's on pin number 30 and blah blah blah, but I guess those were instructions for Scion in general, not for the FRS. So for the FRS, I found, or the BRZ, the reverse trigger wire is a pink wire located on the left side of this connector. It is the 5th one down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a little pink thin wire that comes through this harness and goes all the way back. So that's the one that activates the reverse lights. So once you put your vehicle in reverse, that's what gets power, and this green wire will send the power to your deck, and therefore activating the camera and having your rear view. I did the hard part already. It took me like at least 30 minutes to find that wire, and I couldn't even find it. I had to be testing every single little connection and putting it in reverse and then neutral, reverse, and then neutral until I found one that was actually working. Okay, now that you have it all hooked up, just go ahead and put the cover back. There you go. So this is where you open your hood. And now we just have to decide where we want to mount it. I don't want to put it right dead in the center. That way it'll be most accurate when I'm backing up. And look at that, there's like a perfect spot to put it right there. So that should fit perfectly. So let's go ahead and take off. To remove this piece, there are a couple 8mm bolts that we have to take off. So it looks like Scion didn't want to put a rear view camera, but they sure did put all the spots for the wiring to go. So I'm just gonna have to pop this little cover off, and then to make sure it stays waterproof or sealed, we can just make a hole through this, run the wire through it, and then just put it back on. That way we can make it watertight. The kit that I ordered comes with this little drill bit. It's gonna help us make the hole in this piece. So just go ahead and center it and just cut a hole straight through it. So the camera comes with this little foam piece that basically goes right here. It has like stickies on the sides, so you just take those little papers off and stick it onto the camera. There you go. There you go. Put this onto that plastic piece that we just drilled into. Here's how the hole ended up looking. So I'm gonna run the wire through that. There we go. So I got it positioned how I wanted. That's how it's gonna look from the back. Look at the ceramic, and it'll be right underneath it. There you go. Gives it that factory look. So it is. I made a little piercing hole through this little rubber, and then just put it back on. Just pull your wire through. Basically, put this back on. Camera comes with an extended wire that I was able to get to go through where the original harness is for the lights that we have right here for the plate. So I basically ran the wire through the trunk and out through the original little rubber tube. It's a little bit difficult, but I got it going. That way it looks like factory OEM. You don't have no weird cables hanging from somewhere or whatever. There we go. Now we have the cable, which is basically the connector, and then the cable that we hooked up to the stereo. It's got, I guess like 10 feet. So we get to run that through underneath the panels, and then just basically hook it up to here, and you're finished with the install. Okay, there we go. Finally finished installing the wiring. The wiring, you just basically run it all the way to the back like you would with like a sound system or something. Just one wire, so it's fairly easy to do. I'll let you guys figure that part out. But there it is installed now, so let's go ahead and turn it on. Let the loading screen go up. Put it in reverse. That's how it looks. Parameters. I need to adjust the camera a little bit more because you can see my license plate right now, but I don't mind it. I think I might just leave it like that. I don't really use it to back up or anything. I just use it mainly from when I'm getting into the garage to make sure I don't hit anything. Thank you guys for watching. It was a fairly easy install. The only reason it took me a little bit longer than it should take you guys was because I could not find where to hook up the reverse trigger wire. So luckily I was able to figure it out online. The instructions that the camera came with were basically for any random Scion. So they had a weird placement, I guess, on the Scion XPs or something. But all the Scions come with that navigation head unit, so that's why it's a plug-in and play, because it hooks up directly to the back of it. But just finding the reverse trigger wire is difficult, at least in my car, because it didn't have it. Maybe your guys' cars will have that reverse trigger wire already pre-installed and you'll be lucky. But if not, that's where I found it myself. Thank you guys for watching, and go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, anything that can help me out. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave it down in the comments below, and I will try to answer them as soon as possible. Goodbye.